Good morning, YouTube. Jovan here from Imperfect Creations Homestead in Zone 6, Virginia. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my garden. It's fall, y'all. And the garden is going through a transition. If you are new to my channel, I want to welcome you with open arms. We love to have new viewers. We hope you find something here that will encourage you and help you in your gardening or homesteading journey. And if you're a return viewer, thank you for coming back once again. We thank you and appreciate you. We enjoy your comments. We value your advice, and we love sharing your gardens with us as well. And we thank you for that. So I'm just taking a quick tour through the garden with my my little sidekick, the furry, fluffy one this time. Mini-Me is in class. We are a homeschooling family, and so she is at the co-op today. It rained quite a bit yesterday, and it was a lot of wind, and so I did not get out here to harvest yesterday. We kind of stuck to the indoors because we had a little bad weather come up the coast, and it came all the way inland where we are, and stuck between that bad weather and this mountain. Oh, it was a little rough out here in these streets. But I came out this morning just to check on everything, make sure nothing blew away, staked up anything that needed to be staked up. So I just want to bring you along with me for a few moments. Is that all right? All right. Let me get y'all turned around. We'll be right back. So not a lot going on with the fall crops just yet. These are 3 bags of Imperator carrots that I have planted. This is a trick that I've tried before where I use cardboard and a rock to keep my soil covered and moist. That soil is very moist under there. And it's the same thing in all 3 of these grow bags. These are either 15 or 20 gallon grow bags. And so all 3 of them have carrots, or carrot seeds. That's what I'm trying to grow, is carrots. This is the large 100 gallon grow bag that I grew sweet potatoes in the summer. And so we've harvested our sweet potatoes. And what I have in here now are a mixture of beets, rutabagas, turnips, radishes, and sugar beets. And I already have germination, if you can see that, on the radishes, y'all. Radishes take no time to come up. I have left these 2 squash plants here. This is a honey nut squash because every time I think about taking it down, I get more baby honey nut squash. I've got quite a few in the house. They're on the small side, but they're good. And what I thought was another butterbush squash coming was this round squash. And so I think I can pull it now. I didn't grow this one for the fruit. I grew it for the seeds. I want more of this round zucchini. My daughter loves it. And then down here, the deer or rabbits have been eating the leaves off my elderberry, but it still looks good, still healthy. I have harvested quite a bit of moringa. In fact, that's all that's left on these 2 plants. I won't take you to the front yard today because there's not a lot going on up there. I got a few spinach leaves, a few Swiss chard, but those beds are being turned over right now. They have zinnia still in them. Come on, man. You say hi? Say hi, everybody. He's hanging out with me in the garden. So the bugs have been having a field day with my broccoli and cauliflower. And I left them on purpose because you can see the leaves are starting to fill back in. And I may still get some broccoli from these plants. This is my one good looking roselle plant. The other 2 are not looking so good. But if you see, I got kale seeds coming. You see that? Yeah. I got kale seeds. I didn't get them this early last year, so I'm very excited to see that because my other 2 roselle are all but dead. So I'm glad I planted 3. I've got a green striped cushaw squash coming. That looks really good. I've got a little one coming right behind it. My sage is still going strong. These are some late summer fall tomatoes. These are cherry tomatoes. The deer have been nibbling on these leaves, but they're still trying to grow, y'all. They got flowers. This is who are you? That's a blueberries cherry. This is honeycomb hybrid. And I've got a black cherry. And so they're trying to give me a little fruit before it gets too cold. We've already had a really, I want to call it a light frost. I don't really know what light frost is in my area. So I'm just going to call it a light frost. That was last week. And so I knew we would have it I figured we would have it toward the beginning of October, but I do have some honeycomb hybrid tomatoes coming in. Where did I see the honeycomb? No, this honeycomb hybrid plant was killed by somebody nibbling on it, but I've got Cherrylicious. These are the ones that are gonna look like Skittles. There they are. This is chocolate cherry. You see those, they're a good size. We're gonna get a few of those. And let's see, this is, if I can get down in here with these fava beans, what does that say? This is black cherry. No flowers yet, but we're gonna keep hope alive. And then that Cherrylicious also has some flowers at the top of the plant. Now back here in the corner, this is what I've already harvested. I'm gonna transplant this deal. This was a volunteer deal. I've got a little Swiss chard from the front garden. I've got tomatoes. I've got a zucchini. That's a patty pan squash and a really tiny yellow patty pan squash. I've got a lot of beans down in there and even a few more peppers. Peppers are still giving. Let me get this bug off my Swiss chard. All right, but I'm gonna transplant that deal, so that's why it's in that basket traveling with me. But here we've got the last of these Brandywine black tomatoes. Again, this is that sucker that I transplanted, and these are the last 3 tomatoes. This one is blushing, and I could take it in the house now, but I'm gonna give it maybe another day or 2. This is my these are my late summer fall super sweet 100 tomatoes, and you can see she has already got tomatoes, so I'm just waiting on those to blush. I mean, all up the plant you see super sweet 100 tomatoes. My peppers are just about done. I wish I had thought to turn the camera on before I harvested. Oh, is that a jalapeno? That is a jalapeno. Let me grab that. Another one of them juicy jalapenos. We got a few more on there. We got a few more habanero. I do believe the poblano in this bed is done. I haven't seen any fruit on there for a few weeks now. I do still have, if y'all can see back there, green cayenne hanging. They'll be red really soon. So that cayenne plant is still giving. I still got plenty of tomatoes that need to ripen. These are all Roma and Cherokee Purple and Black Beauty. The Black Beauty and Cherokee Purple are courtesy of Miss Asia over at Yellow Door Urban Homestead. Look at that. They're coming on in, y'all. And as the Roma blush, I go ahead and grab them. And now my late summer fall tomatoes are also fruiting. This is my bush cherry. We've got tomatoes on there. We've been harvesting peas from these pea plants. And then my Paul Robeson surprised me this morning, if I could find it for y'all. Paul Robeson has tomatoes on it. Yeah, they're right here. Y'all see that? I got 2 Paul Robeson tomatoes. They're not big, but I think I have enough weeks left in the upper 50s and 60s where they should ripen just fine. They'll get a little bigger, but y'all look at all this. Look at that. Look at all these tomatoes. Now, I have already put away, see if I can get y'all a better view. I have already put away, y'all see all those tomatoes hanging and in the canopy, various sizes and shapes. I've already put away 5-gallon size freezer bags full of tomatoes. Everywhere you look, I've got more tomatoes. Look at that. This Ukrainian purple, I told y'all that last video. This particular variety of tomato is always welcome in my garden. Look at mushroom basket. Look at mushroom basket. I love it. I love it. And then I've got more over here. I've already harvested these, and there are so many tomatoes left to be ripened and harvested. Not all of them are huge, but they are so plentiful, y'all. Look at this. Come on, man. Look at that. Look at that. I'm so thankful. And these are the Kentucky Wonder green beans. I've shown y'all my jade and contender green beans over in the, oh, I missed some beans up there. That's all right. I let them get a little bigger and fatter before I pull them. I just stand in the bed in the back and reach up there and pull them down. But y'all look up there. Y'all see those beans up there? Come on, Kobe. Come on. Go up. Up, man. Up. Good boy. Good boy. That's your good boy, mama. Come on. We're gonna go show them this. My spaghetti squash is doing really good. I haven't seen any damage. It's not quite ready yet, so I'm gonna let it go right up until the first true frost. What we had was a light one and it didn't damage it at all. One of my Napa cabbages is coming back after bug and animal damage. I just picked the squash over here. These plants look a mess, but I'm gonna leave them alone because they still got new growth. And then this cabbage is also coming back. That is a early golden acre cabbage. It's coming back. And then something's been pilfering my corn. I've got 2 smaller ears that I can see that I'm gonna think about harvesting just for seed. That's basically what I grew this later corn for, was for seed. See, I've got one small one right there. Not very big, but enough to get seed for next year. And then I just pulled a golden zucchini from here. And I have another one growing in. You can see that. And then, of course, loofah. Y'all see loofah's color has changed? Yeah. You hear that? It's a little more hollow every time I come out here. And then I've got peppers in the cage that I need to harvest. Wait. Don't pull mommy down. Let me get turned around, y'all, so he doesn't he don't make me fall out here. Come on. He is not overly fond of really small spaces. And even this rogue tomato plant that grew in my melon bed, y'all remember I told you about it. So I cut it and I moved it. It grew back. And now it's got tomatoes coming in. Y'all see this, right? It's growing tomatoes. I think these are Roma. They're either Roma or San Marzano. I'm not sure which, but it's flowering and it's already got tomatoes. So once I saw that it had grown back, I let it go. I said, well, maybe it'll give us tomatoes. And she said, ain't no maybe. I got tomatoes for you, ma'am. Come on, man, let's go this way. But here's another view of all the tomatoes still on these vines. And honey, I'm here for this blessing. I am here for it. Come on, let's go show them. Now, my main raised bed, the very first one that I built, oh, these are 2 more cabbages. Oh, these are 2 more cabbages that really got pest damage, but I cleaned them up and I left them because, look at that. It still got growth. And that's deal with it. This one, I don't know. That one might be done. But I have, of the 6 Brussels sprouts I planted, 2 are still holding on. So I've got I forget the name of them. One is green and one is red. I think bull's blood. And then that one is Long Island improved. So I've got 2 potential Brussels sprouts that are growing. And I'll leave those until probably January when we get our first snow. Hopefully we don't get snow in December, y'all. I think the Brussels sprouts will be fine till then. Now this bed looks an absolute mess. It does. I had so much come out of there. Come back. Come on back here. Thank you, sir. I had so much pest pressure in this bed. I don't know that I'm gonna get much off this side. These were my broccoli and cauliflower, and I mean they ate them down to the stems. But I have so much broccoli and cauliflower planted other places, I'm not overly concerned. And I got 1 good Napa cabbage, so I'm not sad about that. But I'll go around the other side and show y'all my kohlrabi. And I had already harvested collard greens, so again, I wasn't sad about that. Let me add this pepper to this basket. And I'll show y'all what I've done with the green stalks. I planted some carrots in there. Getting ready to move my mints and my lemongrass to the greenhouse. This tomato plant is giving more tomatoes. These are Goldie and beefsteak tomatoes. This is another broccoli and cauliflower over here. So you see, I planted broccoli and cauliflower everywhere I possibly could to make sure that we got some. Get out of that bucket, sir. I have cleaned up the grapevine. You see how I pruned it all the way back to that one main stem. Clean that trellis up. I have taken out the pots that had the cucumbers, so it's a little cleaner over there. Cleaned up my baby's bed a little bit. But the green stalks are what I want to show y'all. Mullen's still holding on. Comfrey's still looking good. I cleaned up my green stalks and I moved them. So let me get a good, there's a good view. So remember they used to sit here? Well, now we can sit on our, our patio seat again. And the green stalks have been taken down. I fluffed the soil. I added fertilizer and compost, and I topped off the soil if need be. And what I've planted in here are root vegetables. I transplanted, I dropped a bean and he chewed on it. Well, if he love it, we love it. I transplanted a lot of the herbs that I had sitting up here. I'm also going to transplant this deal along with the one that I just pulled from up the hill. So I'm going to grab this pot so I don't forget, because I will forget and that deal will end up in the house. Leave that sage alone, little boy. But I've planted carrots all in that first tier. Y'all, my hands are so ashy. Y'all, excuse me. Don't mind that. I had one kale plant to survive over here. Actually, two, I think. This Premier Kale, maybe that is the same one that I'm thinking about. No, just that one. I transplanted my other sage that I had sitting up here. I gave my horehound a really good haircut, and I'm drying it in the greenhouse. I pruned the peppers. I left 3 peppers in here because they still have fruit on them. Look at this. Look at that pepper plant. This is Sunset Sweet Italian. And she still got peppers, y'all. She still got peppers. She said, ma'am, I'm not finished. I pulled the biggest Sunset Sweet Italian pepper I've ever grown in my life the other day out of the cage. I left my Henderson lima beans or butter beans here because look at all the beans on this plant. And once those dry, we got more beans we can cook. I've got a Swiss chard down here that still looks good. That's that one kale I showed you. There's another horehound. And this is another Sunset Sweet Italian pepper. It doesn't look great, but like I said, I did fertilize, added compost. This is this Pasilla Bahio? That is Pasilla Bahio. And she might be done now, but I keep seeing flowers and little buds, so I'm leaving it. But yeah, that's that green stalk. So carrots, herbs, kale. I'm going to transplant the dill in here. And I'm also going to plant in this tier where the empty pockets are some beets. And in this tier where the empty pockets are, I haven't decided yet. I'll be honest. I don't quite know. But up here is probably going to be some more greens. Now, I'm going a little crazy over here, y'all, because all except this one kale plant met a horrible end from the bugs. I planted 2 tiers of kale. I sure did. I have a variety of dazzling blue kale and premier kale, and that's what these 2 levels are. And on these levels, I've planted parsnips and bunching onions. And on this bottom row, I have more bunching onions. I've got lavender. These are some surprise strawberries. So this one grew in that container that I now have carrots in. And this one I pulled out of the ground over by my raised bed. I don't know where it came from, but I wasn't about to let them go. So they look a little raggedy, but they're here. I trimmed back my coleus. She was huge. And I planted more Swiss chard and pak choy. So I've got kale, Swiss chard, pak choy, parsnips, bunching onions, and herbs in the terracotta green stalk. And then in the razzleberry, I've got a mixture of beans that are still holding on, peppers that are still producing, herbs, kale, and root veggies. Root veggies, again, I've got carrots already planted, interplanted with some chives and some bunching onions. And then these other 2 levels, these 2 levels are going to be beets. I haven't decided on this top tier yet. My baby girl has harvested quite a bit of okra off her plants, so she did end up getting her okra. My peanuts are still doing good. I put some remnants of some cayenne pepper in there to keep that little squirrel from digging my peanuts up. My potatoes need to come out this week. It's been 90 days and they look a hot mess, so they're ready. Baby girl's bed is still producing peppers. You see that? Her peppers are still healthy, still producing We've had some sweet peppers off these plants, y'all. And her coleus is just huge. So y'all already know I'm getting them seeds, right? Right. Get off the leash, man. You're getting tangled up. Yeah, you're getting tangled up. But I want to go in this cage a minute, because it looks a hot mess. It does. But, like I said, I'll show y'all the good, the bad, and the ugly. Before I go in that cage, here is my good-looking kohlrabi. Through all the bug damage, I got 1 kohlrabi and 2 kohlrabi. So that is one thing I'm going to think about planting at the very top of that raspberry green stalk is some more kohlrabi, because I think I got time to get it. It doesn't take a long time to mature. So let me open up this cage and we'll see. Come on. Come on, man. We've got a couple of banana peppers. They're really green, so I'm going to leave them. That bee balm died out. These eggplant are done. We've got more banana peppers over here. We got sage still going. These bell peppers are probably done. Come, Kobe. Jimmy Nardello is, ooh, it's blushing, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab it because something already been nibbling on it. So I got that one. Y'all see how it's blushed? Yeah, I grabbed that. Get out of there. He over there nibbling on something. I got 1 banana pepper I'm gonna go ahead and grab. I got another Jimmy Nardello back here. That is a very interesting color with some bug damage on it, but hopefully I can work around that. So I got that one. This is where I pulled that big, huge Sunset Sweet Italian. I mean, it was huge. Like, it had to... No. Stop drinking that rainwater. Look at him, trying to look innocent. Leave it. 5. Thank you. That's sad. You got to count for the dog. I got another banana pepper back here. Grab that one. My habanadas are all done, I believe. They were so sweet. Oh, nope. I said that. Now I see a baby one. But these paprika are mainly what I was coming in here for. So, come. He does not like coming in this cage, y'all. I told you, he don't like small spaces. I done dropped my pepper. Kobe, go get the harvest basket. He said, "Now, mommy, you know good and well. I don't know." Oh, no, I dropped it in that rainwater. That's really got to be washed really well. But I want these paprika back here. You see my paprika? There's 1. Yep, it was ready. Came right off. And then 2. Come on. Give it to me now. Flint don't want to give me the pepper. There we go. I got it. And I've got more growing. No lick. He will drink that rainwater. See? I've got more coming. So it's not done. But y'all see my stevia has flowered? Oh yeah. I'm waiting on it to dry, and then I'm grabbing them seeds. Yes, I am. And do you know why? Because stevia germination is horrible, and these seeds are expensive. So once them flowers dry a little bit more, I'm gonna get them seeds. I sure am. I'm gonna get them all. Blueberries are still looking good. I've watered and fertilized them. I'll top them off with a little acidifier before it gets too cold. I got another Jimmy coming. I pulled that plant that was over here. Yeah, y'all, that's what it's looking like in the garden. Mid-October. Today is the 13th. And I'm grateful. Come on. Come on. Come on out, old man. Let me get my harvest put in my basket. See that? All of that came out of the cage. I'm going to add that to my morning's harvest. That's what it's looking like, y'all. That's all cleaned up. The trellis is all cleaned up. Green stalks have been cleared out, replanted, topped off. Yeah, I've been out here working, y'all. So we still growing food. As always, thank you for joining us. We love spending time with you in our garden. From our hearts to yours, from our family to yours, God bless, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.